So I'm watching that liquid crawl across the COVID test strip, like just crawl slowly across. And every time I see it, it makes me nervous. But this time, I get 2 lines for the first time. And at this point, I feel like getting COVID for the first time is a milestone because it seems like everybody's had it like once, twice, 3 times, but I've never gotten it. So I feel like I'm better than everybody else. Like there's something special about me, and I thought I'd never get COVID. But I'm testing positive, and I'm visiting my parents who are old, and I don't want to give them COVID. So luckily, my sister is out of town, and she says I can quarantine in her bedroom, and her 2 teenage daughters, my nieces, they'll take care of me, bring me food, anything I need. And I'm like, wow, this sounds perfect. So as I'm packing up and I'm getting ready to go over there, I get a text message from my younger niece, and it says, I have this really important trip planned that I can't miss, so whatever you do, don't come out of your room. I can't miss this trip. Promise me you'll go straight to your room. I Googled this trip, this summer camp that she's going to, and it looks amazing. It's at a lake, there's zip lining, kayaking, concerts. I know that I cannot give my niece COVID, so I text her back, okay, I won't come out of the room. Day 1 of quarantine, I pretty much sleep the whole day, but I notice that I'm running dangerously low on toilet paper. I look around, I can't find it anywhere, so no problem. I'll text my nieces on this group chat we have. Hey, could either of you bring me some toilet paper? I can't find any in the room. No reply. 1 hour, no reply. 2 hours, no reply. Like, they never reply. It's okay, it's not an emergency situation. So I just wait. Day 2 of quarantine. It's getting late in the day, I'm starting to get hungry, so I text the group chat, hey, are you guys thinking about dinner? Maybe you could get me something to eat. No reply. Hours go by, no reply. This is when I realized the problem with putting your life in the hands of 2 teenagers. Not only are they not taking care of me, it's like I don't even exist. At this point, I decide I have 2 options. I can either get out of here, or I can stay in the room and I can starve and run out of toilet paper. So I put on a mask, I sanitize my hands, and I quietly walk down the stairs and out the garage. And I just happen to see in the middle of the garage these Costco-size packages of sodas, paper towels, and toilet paper. 1 problem solved. I get in my car, and I go to a drive-thru of a fast food place, and I figure this is the safest way I can get food and not give COVID to other people. And this is what I do for the next 3 days. Day 3 of quarantine, I wake up and I'm thinking, I really could use a cup of coffee. And I know I promised that I wouldn't leave the room, but they're both asleep and I'm just gonna go get coffee. Nobody's gonna even know I left the room, so I just go, I get the coffee, I get some breakfast, I come back to my room. Day 5 of quarantine, I'm officially allowed to end my quarantine. I'm packing up to leave and go back to my parents' place when I get a text message on my phone from my older niece. I think I have COVID. I write back, are you serious? She takes a test, a self-test, and she's positive. She's serious. But that's my older niece. It's my younger niece that's going to camp, and she tests negative. But I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of time before she tests positive because we've all been in the same house for 5 days, and her room's even closer to my room. I pack up all my stuff, and I leave the house, and as I'm walking out, I hear this voice yelling at me, thanks for giving me COVID. And I feel like just the biggest jerk. And that whole night, I can't sleep, and I'm just angry at myself because I'm replaying all the things I did wrong that I know I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have left the room. I shouldn't have gone down to make coffee. Maybe I shouldn't have even stayed there at all. Because I know that the next morning, my niece is probably going to test positive for COVID, and she's going to miss this camp that she's been looking forward to the whole year, and it's going to be my fault. And she's going to hate me forever. The next morning, I wake up and there's a text message on my phone about my niece. It says, she's on the bus, she feels fine, she has no symptoms. And I'm certain that she's gonna get symptoms like while she's at camp, but she doesn't. Although she does get COVID 2 weeks later. And I end up not being able to spend a lot of time with my parents. And my older niece, she had her own summer plans that she had to cancel. And this whole thing just made me realize just reminded me of how disruptive COVID has been and how powerless we are against it. But now that I have these COVID antibodies in my system, at least for the next 3 to 6 months, I really am special and better than everybody else. Thanks very much.